All right, the fight against food inflation, that's still raging on, at this time. As I said before, over 40%. We're expecting inflation numbers for today, so I wonder what food inflation is going to be at this point. But there's another aspect of agriculture with prospects for creating wealth. Well, joining us now to help us break this down is Dr. Mrs. Moji David. She's a co-founder, Xtralarge Farms. Dr. Moji, you can come forward right here into my set. Definitely so much happening with food right now, and I know that you are a farmer at this time, and it's great to have you join us on the show today.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on in agriculture right now. There's food insecurity, and I know there's some investors out there that'll be saying, you know what, is agriculture still where I should put my money into, at this time? And we know some people don't really want to get their hands dirty, with agriculture, but they still want to invest. So talk to me about, what you're seeing so far.
Generally, we as farmers at Xtralarge Farms, we believe that that's the only thing we know how to do. So even if the whole world is coming down, we still have to do what we've got to do. People have got to eat, And just like you were saying before concerning the inflation rates, and food insecurity in Nigeria is already becoming a big challenge, and we all need to do something about it. But we at Xtralarge Farms strongly believe that agriculture is not wearing such a very good apparel right now. It is so unattractive, it is so frustrating, nobody really wants to, get too involved because of all the challenges around it. So we have put it as an assignment, as a burden upon ourselves to first wear a new apparel for agriculture in Nigeria by, making it fun, making it attractive, and then showing people the profitable sides of it. Because to be honest with you, not everything in agriculture is profitable. So we are here to let people know. We've been in agribusiness now for the past 16 years, to the glory of God, and we are basically into staple food productions, your beans, your yam, your oils, your
gari. And I keep hearing about Xtralarge foods, at this time. It seems you guys are really making waves when it comes to most of your foods. It seems
yes, because our foods are 100% natural. The way it's coming from the farm, no preservatives, no taste enhancers. Even from the farm, the excessive use of chemicals, that is what is causing a lot of, health issues for people around the nation today. So we take it up from there, and then we
I'm talking about, Xtralarge Farms at this point. You have your resort and empowerment opportunity, at this time. Talk to me about that.
Thank you so much. So I was talking about, wearing a new apparel for agriculture. I'm very sure when we were talking that you were bringing a farmer, into the studio, nobody was expecting somebody like
me
dressed
like this, right?
To be addressing him or herself as a farmer. So we start from there. We want to create, a fun platform, a fun environment, for people to be able to even first identify themselves as farmers, and then we now take it up from there. And that's the reason for the establishment of the resort. So at Xtralarge Farms and Resort, you have we are located on a large farm, thousands of acres of land in Ogun State, or Taidi Roko Road to be precise. And what we do is that we make you come to the farm for different reasons. It could be for holidays, it could be for, your conferences, corporate retreats, whatever, trainings, excursions, But, you come to the farm, so you already have a mindset about how a farm should be. So, but when you come, yes, you see everything up, cassava plantations, palm, yam, and all that. But you now see a better side of farming, letting you know that farmers are not the never-do-wells, and that you can be a farmer and still live a very fulfilled life, So that's the fusion of what we brought into it, and that is the tourism aspect of agriculture. And funny enough, it's a grossly untapped sector of our economy. You hear about agriculture, you hear about tourism, but you don't hear about agricultural tourism.
Because when you hear about tourism, it's either you're talking about medical tourism, or you're talking about people going to have fun, somewhere, tourist attraction, and all of that. So how are you marrying agriculture and tourism.
Yeah. So we bring you, what's tourism on its own? It's the idea of leaving, your immediate, place of work or, location and seeking to get out something in another place. So now you're coming to seek what agriculture has to offer. You understand? So the idea of you going to a farm and you're already thinking, oh, the mosquitoes are going to finish me today. There'll be no water. There'll be no roof over your head. So all that are things of the past. You come to a farm, you see what you should see in a farm. You have access to fresh food, but at the same time, you enter into your accommodation facility and you're beginning to think, am I really still in Nigeria? So, and we've seen that over the years, when people come to the resort, they come with a mindset, they just want to come and enjoy themselves. But when they're leaving, they're already having a burning passion for agriculture because they've seen it work here. They've seen the people talking to them about it. They are motivated and they want to do more. So that's our own way of preaching about agriculture. So we don't just throw it to your face, come and be a farmer, but we bring you to a fun environment to see what farming.
I'm trying to imagine the air, around the resort.
The ambience, the serenity.
I remember as a kid, going to the village, back then, the air was always different, from the urban center. Air. So is that the experience there? That's
the experience, but with a touch of professionalism, international hospitality. For example, you're coming to a farm here, like I said, you see all the farm settlements and all that, but, just a step 5 minutes away from the farm area, you have the first and only waterfall in the whole of the southwestern states, located right on our farm. You want to swim, for example, after a day's job, you have a very massive swimming pool that you can, do your stuff.
Right there at the farm.
Right there inside the farm. You want to see a movie, there's a cinema in the farm.
There's a
cinema in the farm. There's a gym in the farm. There's a spa in the farm.
What's the internet like at the farm?
Excellent. There's excellent provision of internet facility and all that. You're sleeping on your bed and you're looking for your body. Am I still really alive or am I the other side?
I'd definitely love to experience that. But I heard you're having an agri-tourism summit, at some point. Tell me what you expect, from this summit and what people that might want to attend, what they can actually get from it.
All right. So, the Agri-Tourism Summit is basically packaged to let people know the secrets, hidden secrets, wealth, money-making secrets in agri-tourism. So it's a fusion of agriculture and tourism. And at this summit, we're going to be presenting to people what they can do. Like I was saying before, it's a 31 trillion naira income generating untapped sector of our economy, and of course it's in its pioneer stage now because not too many people are looking at that direction now. So we are inviting people to not just see agriculture, not just see all the challenges of agriculture. Let's look at it from another side, and then from that, even at the summit, as we're teaching people the opportunities that they can make, whether you have money, whether you don't have money, whether you have big money, there's something for everybody. For example, for our home ownership programs at the resort, we have a vision to attract minimum 1 million tourists to the farm annually. These people will need accommodation. They need to sleep over and all that. So people who are buying homes in the resort are already placing themselves on the line for a transgenerational wealth creation. We're teaching people how to become agri-tourism professionals. We're teaching people how to become excursion agents. We're giving people the opportunity to become liaison officers, ticketing officers with us in different places. So there is an opportunity. There is a platform, for everybody to make money.
How big is this value chain?
I was telling you just now that really it's about 31 trillion, untapped. So imagine if that can go around on about 10, 20, 50,000 people. It's really a lot.
And definitely we keep hearing about insecurity, the farmers not being able to go to the farms at this point. And definitely this is a different ball game. This is a resort that's heavily secure, I want to believe.
Yes. Thankfully, like I said, we've been in Agri for 16 years, and to the glory of God, we've never had any insurgency, we've never had any attack and all that. Maybe because we're mostly located, all our farms are located in the southwestern regions. But at this particular resort, it's along the Otaidiroko expressway of Ogun State. So that's an ECOWAS road. That's #1 security. So coming down along that line about from Covenant University of Winners, traveling down that lane, you will find minimum 10-15 checkpoints. You have the military, the soldiers, you have the mobile police, you have DSS, there's every presence, because that is the only road leading Nigeria, at least along that axis, to the other French speaking nations. Apart from that, we also invest heavily in security to ensure that all our guests are well taken care of.
And definitely we're hoping that, insecurity will become a thing of the past,
by the
in
special
Nigeria, at some point.
Yeah.
But I know investors want to know what they stand to gain. Before you pack your money into any investment, you want to know what the ROI, what possibilities are there?
Thank you so much. Let's start from the highest to the lowest, but I need them to take this number down now, because the Agri-Tourism Summit is happening in 2 ways. We have the one coming up digitally or virtually, and then the one they will have to come physically to the resort and be with us for 3 days, because there's a lot we want to talk about. We're going to talk about sack farming, which is a modern way of farming that will help our people, overcome the issue of labor, because labor is a major challenge now in agriculture. Is what we are facing as farmers. Nobody wants to work. That one is a very big problem. And then, accessing, market for your produce even after you have done all the rigors of going to the farm. So the number that they're going to send to attend the AG Summit, either you want to attend it virtually or you want to be with us for 3 days at the retreat, the AG Summit retreat coming up in August. The WhatsApp number, just send AG Summit to that number, 081. I want to believe it's displaying somewhere on the screen.
Right, just say it.
Yeah, 081 71 60 60 21. So that's the WhatsApp number. I say one again, just send AG Summit, to 081 71 60 60 21. And I was talking about, you were asking me about the returns on investment. Now, we have 10 different opportunities that we have laid down for people to be able to be part of this. So, for example, somebody wants to own a home in the resort. It will cost you about 30-40 million naira to own a complete home in the resort, and it's capable of generating about 40% annually. For example, I always give a very quick example. Let's say you
have some kind of Airbnb there.
Thank you. So when we're expecting 1 million visitors in the resort, it means that we're already generating a market for the homeowners. As people are coming to the resort, for whatever reason, for training, for their health, for holidays, for conferences and all that, they need accommodation. And as they are making use of the accommodation, the homeowners are making money. We have 52 weekends in a year, for example. Let's just imagine that your house is being, taken up for only 30 weekends in a year, which is just 60 out of 365 days. Meaning you still have control over your house for the remaining 3 whole 5 days. Just 60 days is going to net you about 9 to 10 million naira.
Wow, that's funny.
Tell me where else you can have that kind of property,
nice
even in Lagos, apart from Banana Island, of course.
Right.
Plus, you still have, and this is not something you make just once or twice, and you're making it forever. Okay. And, there's something they say that the realest estate is the one you can see.
Right.
Not only is it generating money for you, you're creating an impact on the economy generally. You're providing jobs, for our teaming, unemployed youth and all that. And we are promoting agriculture together. Because like I said, our own aim is to preach agriculture in a subtle way. So when they come to the resort for some other reasons, we'll make them now go to the farm, see that, the interest.
I'm up for tourism any day, because it's not hot money. The money comes in and it stays.
Yeah.
So definitely that's a good one. The contact details are right there on your screen. You can tell them your social media handles at this point.
Yes, you can just search for us, Xtralarge Farms and Resorts. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. On YouTube is Xtralarge Farms TV on YouTube. But for those who are interested in, let me just do this. So for the virtual summit, it costs 100,000 naira for the virtual one, and it's in 2 classes. So, but for the first 100 people to send us that message this morning, they will not need to pay a dime.
Right.
Yes. Then for the 3 days retreat at the resort, cost them about 250,000. for the first 100 people also to send in that AG submit this morning. We're going to allow them have a very nice time, yet be financially empowered as they come. So instead of paying 250,000, we're going to crash it down to you for to 120. And if you agree to share a room with somebody, you can even pay as low as 60,000 naira for the 3 days, including your accommodation, feeding, and the training you're coming to.
Well, with the cost of living crisis, everyone wants a discount at this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was great having you, Dr. Moji Davids, co-founder, Xtralarge Farms. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. We're going to be also drilling down on what to expect. We're expecting inflation numbers. That's coming out later today from the MBS. But we'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll drill down on what to expect. Stay with us.